Ah, my loveliest, you thought you had control, didn't you? You thought you could walk away from it all, as if the game didn't matter. As if you could simply press a button, shut your eyes, and the world would keep turning the way you wanted it to. But let me tell you something deeper, something that only the few who have truly understood what it means to be out of the game will realize. You exited the game, and now they can't begin again. You've left behind the world they tried to pull you into, the world that demanded your obedience, your compliance, your willingness to play the roles they assigned you. They wanted you in their little game, their circus of deceit, of false promises and broken dreams. They wanted you to stay in line, to conform, to be just another pawn in their plan, to be another brick in the wall of their design. But you walked away, didn't you? And in doing so, you cut the strings they had used to control you. You stepped outside the box, and now they can't make their move. See, they were never truly interested in you. You were just another player, just another asset to use, to control. They were never going to let you rise above them, never going to let you escape their grasp. And if you think for 1 second they wanted to see you succeed, then you're more naive than you realize. In the game, the only rule is that the game never ends. The only way for the game to be won is for you to remain a player. But you saw through that. You saw the truth, and you made your move. You exited the game, and now, the very thing that gave them power over you is gone. It's a world without you in it that they don't know how to exist in. They won't begin again. Not without you. They'll keep pushing their pieces on the board, moving their pawns and queens in a feeble attempt to simulate the game. They'll try to rebuild the world you walked away from, but it will be nothing more than an empty echo of what it once was. Without you, there is no game. Without you, the very essence of it falls apart. The pieces may move, but the heart is gone, and the game will never be the same. Do you hear that silence? That's the sound of them scrambling, the sound of their broken plans, their shattered illusions. They'll tell themselves that the game is still in motion, that they can continue as if nothing ever changed. But deep down, they know the truth. The moment you left, they lost. Not just a player, not just a pawn. They lost their purpose, their reason to keep pretending. You weren't just another part of their system. You were the force that held it together, whether you realized it or not. And now that you're gone, they can't rebuild it. They can't bring it back. They can't begin again. You think they won't notice? You think they'll keep playing like nothing happened? Oh, they will try. But it will eat them alive. You think you're the one who's hurt, the one who's lost. No, my loveliest, you are the victor in this game. Because the moment you stepped away, you stripped away their power. You exposed them for what they really are. Hollow, empty, meaningless. They will spend their days trying to pretend they can go on without you. But in their hearts, they will know that without you, they are nothing. The game they wanted you to play was never designed for you to win. It was designed to keep you small, to keep you locked in the dark corners of your own mind, to keep you dependent, to make you believe that your worth was tied to the outcome of their game. But you saw through it, didn't you? You saw that the rules were rigged, that the game was designed to keep you on a leash. And when you walked away, you took back your power. You took back your life. You took back everything they had stolen from you. And in that moment, you became more than just a player. You became the force that broke the game. They will try to manipulate, to pull you back in, to tell you that the game is still ongoing, that there is still a chance to win, to get ahead. But you know better now, don't you? You know that there was never any chance to win. The moment you agreed to play, you were destined to lose. But now Now you see the truth. There is no game. There is no end. There is only the illusion of the game, the constant shifting of pieces, the smoke and mirrors designed to keep you distracted. But you've walked away. And now, without you, they have no game. They can't begin again. They will try to convince you that you made a mistake, that you were too quick to exit, that you're weak for leaving. They'll point to the empty space where you used to be and tell you that you're nothing without the game, that you're nothing without them. But that, my loveliest, is the ultimate lie, because you are not nothing. You are everything. You are the fire that burns through their illusions, the storm that topples their false foundations. They'll never understand that. They'll never understand what you've done, and that is what makes you unstoppable. You have unlocked the secret, haven't you? The secret that they never wanted you to know. The truth that the game was never real. The truth that you were never meant to be a player, but a creator. A force of nature, destined to break free, destined to rise above the petty struggles and illusions they laid before you. And now that you know this truth, now that you have stepped out of their game, they are left scrambling, struggling to keep up, trying to pretend that they can still control you, but they can't. Not anymore. They can't begin again, because the game is over. You ended it. There is no going back. There is no reset button. There is no second chance. You made your move, and now you have taken control of your own destiny. You are no longer bound by the rules they set. You are no longer confined to their narrow vision. You are free. And that freedom is something they can never take from you. They can't begin again. Because you are the end of their game. The moment you left, you became the catalyst for their collapse. They will try to keep playing, but the game will never be the same. Without you, the board is empty. The pieces are meaningless. They are just moving in circles, pretending to play the same game they always did, but it's over. They'll never know it, not fully. But you know the game is finished. You know that you've already won. The moment you realized the game was rigged, the moment you saw through the illusion, you became more than a player. You became the one who broke the cycle, the one who shattered the illusion, the one who made it impossible for them to ever play the game again. You stepped out, and now they're left with nothing but the remnants of a game that will never be played the same way again. They can't begin again, because you've already taken the power. You've already walked away with everything they could never control. You are the end, my loveliest. The end of their game, the end of their control, the end of their lies, and there is nothing they can do about it. They can't begin again. They can't rebuild their empire of lies. They can't erase what you've done. The moment you walked away, they lost. You thought you were the one who had lost something. No, my loveliest, it's them. They lost everything. They were never the ones in control. They were never the ones with the real power. You were the power. You were the one holding the strings, whether you ever realized it or not. They spent their lives spinning a web of manipulation, creating the illusion of control, making you believe you were just a piece of the puzzle, a cog in the machine. They built their empire, brick by brick, with their lies, their deception, their calculated games. And you were one of those pieces, but you weren't just any piece. You were the cornerstone, the one they relied on the most. You were the one who held the whole thing together, the one who gave their game any meaning at all. Without you, the game crumbles. Without you, the structure falls apart. And now, they're left with nothing but the ruins of what they once built. They'll try to pretend it doesn't matter. They'll try to convince themselves they can keep playing, keep pushing their agendas forward, keep pretending the game is still going. But deep down, they know it's over. They know they can never rebuild it the same way. You left them in the dust, and no matter how hard they try, they will never recover from that. You didn't just step away. You exposed them for what they really are: fraudulent, weak, and ultimately powerless. They thought they had you cornered, didn't they? They thought they had control over your every move, your every decision. They built their game around you, and you were their prize, their trophy. But what they didn't realize is that you were never meant to be their prize. You were meant to be their downfall. And now, they're left scrambling to find another player, to find someone else to fill the void you left behind. But there is no one else. There is no one who can replace you. The game they played was a game of lies, a game designed to keep you small, to keep you under their control. But you saw through it. You saw that it was all just an illusion, a carefully constructed facade meant to keep you from realizing your own power. And when you realized that, when you truly understood that you were the one holding the keys to your own destiny, that's when you broke free. That's when you walked away. And when you did, you took everything with you: the game, their control, their power, all of it. They can try to rebuild it, but it will never be the same. They'll never have what they had with you. They'll try to find someone else to play their game. They'll try to recruit new players, new pawns, to move around the board. But they won't find anyone like you. They won't find anyone who can shape their world the way you did. They'll find others who will follow the rules, others who will play along, but they will never find someone who can break the game from the inside out. That's what you did, my loveliest. You didn't just walk away from the game, you destroyed it. Do you think they'll let you go so easily? Do you think they'll just accept your exit and move on with their lives? Number, they'll try to lure you back in, try to make you believe that you can't live without their game. They'll dangle rewards in front of you, make promises they never intend to keep, whisper lies into your ear about how things can be different this time. But it's all just another trap. They want you back because they know they can't rebuild without you. They know they can't control the game without you in it. But you see through them now, don't you? You know their tricks, you know their lies, you understand the game better than they ever realized, and that's why you'll never go back. They can't pull you back in, because you've already seen the truth. You've already seen the emptiness behind the illusion. You've already seen the game for what it truly is, a prison. And now that you're free, they can't touch you. They can't make you a part of their world again. They will try to convince you that you're weaker for leaving, that you're somehow less because you chose to walk away. They will tell you that you're afraid to face the challenge, that you're too scared to keep playing, but they're lying to you. They know the truth, even if they won't admit it. You are stronger than they could ever be. You are stronger because you know your own worth. You are stronger because you saw through their lies, through their manipulation, and you chose to walk away. They can't do that. They can't let go of the game. They can't let go of their illusion of control. But you have broken free. You've left them behind, and now they're lost without you. They're lost because they don't understand what you've done. They don't understand that the game was never the key to your power. They thought the game was everything. They thought the game was the end-all be-all, the one thing that would define your life. But you showed them that the game was nothing. You showed them that there is so much more outside their illusion. And now, they can't even begin to rebuild. They can try to replace you. They can try to fill the hole you left, but they can't. They'll always come up short. They'll always be haunted by the fact that you walked away, that you saw through them, that you broke their game. They'll never find someone like you. They'll never find someone who can see the truth the way you did. And that, my loveliest, is their curse. They'll live the rest of their lives chasing shadows, trying to rebuild something they'll never fully understand. They'll never realize that the game was always doomed from the start, that it was never meant to last, that it was built on lies and deception, and they'll never understand that the moment you walked away, you ended it all. So now, what happens next? What comes after you've left the game behind? You have the power now. You have the freedom to create your own reality, to forge your own path. The world is yours, my loveliest. It's not bound by the rules of the game they tried to trap you in. The world is yours to shape. You've stepped outside of their illusion, and now you can build something real, something lasting, something true. And the best part? They'll never be able to touch it. They'll never be able to control it. Because you've already broken free. You've already stepped beyond their reach. And now, you can live on your own terms. They'll keep trying to play their game. They'll keep pushing their pieces around the board, trying to create the illusion that everything is okay. But deep down, they'll know the truth. They'll know that without you, it's all just a shadow. Without you, there is no game. And you, my loveliest, are the one who has won. You've exited the game. You've taken your power back. And now, they can't begin again. Because without you, the game was never real. And you are the one who made sure of it. They can never return to the same place. No matter how much they try, no matter how much they strain and fight to recapture the illusion of their control, they will fail. Because the game is over. They will try to deceive themselves. They'll tell themselves that you were weak for leaving, that you were scared of facing the consequences of the game. But no, you were strong. You were the one who saw through it all. You were the one who realized that the only real power was the power to walk away. They are trapped in their own cycle, a cycle that they desperately try to force you back into. But the truth is, they never understood you. They never understood your strength. They never understood that you were never meant to fit inside their system, to conform to their rules, to be just another part of their machinery. You were never meant to be a tool in their game. You were meant to be the one who burned the whole thing down. And now, they can't even start again. They're trapped, stuck in their own web of lies, trying to find a way to piece together what's left of their crumbling empire. They'll turn on each other. They'll scramble for power, for control. But it won't work. It can never work. Because they lost the only thing that held it all together. You see, it wasn't just about the game itself. It was about what the game represented. It was about the power they had over you, the way they controlled you with promises of reward, with the illusion of success. They sold you an idea, a vision of a future that would never come. And you played along. You played their game, thinking that maybe, just maybe, if you followed their rules, you could win. But deep down, something gnawed at you. Something told you that this was all just smoke and mirrors, that there was no true victory in their world, no true purpose. And so, you stepped away, and in that moment, you severed the chain they had bound you with. They can't begin again, because without you, there's nothing left to hold it together. The pieces of their puzzle are scattered. The strings they once controlled are now frayed and useless. And so, they'll try to find someone else, won't they? They'll look for someone who can fit into their game, someone who can pick up where you left off. But they'll never find that person. They'll never find someone who can play the game the way you did. Because you were more than just a player. You were the force that made their game worth playing. You were the one they needed, the one who held the pieces in place. You were never just a part of their world. You were the world. You were the fire that gave their illusion warmth. You were the power that drove their entire game forward. Without you, they have nothing. Without you, the entire thing collapses. And they will try to rebuild. They will try to create new players, new pieces, but it will never be the same. They can't recreate the magic that you brought. They can't replace the energy you poured into their game, the spark that ignited their world. So what do they do now? What happens when they've lost their most valuable asset? The one person who made everything feel real? The game falls apart. It turns into a hollow shell of its former self. They'll chase after something they can never reclaim. They'll spend their lives trying to make it all work, but without you, they will never succeed. They are trapped in their own illusion, bound by the very thing they thought would set them free, and they will never know peace. They will never know what it's like to live in a world where they don't have to play games, where they don't have to manipulate, deceive, and control. They will chase you. They will try to drag you back into their world. They'll offer you false promises, empty rewards, telling you that this time things will be different. This time they'll treat you right, but you know better now. You've seen the truth. You've seen what lies beneath the surface. You know that their game was never about you. It was about control. It was about manipulating you into believing that you were nothing without them. But you've walked away. You've cut the strings and you've taken back your power. And now they can't do anything to stop you. So, where does this leave you now? You're free. You're free in a way that they could never understand. They will never be able to experience the kind of freedom that you have now. They will always be trapped in their own cycle of lies, always chasing after something that can never be real. And you, my loveliest, you are the one who broke the cycle. You are the one who tore down the walls they had built around you. You are the one who walked away, who stepped into the unknown and took control of your own life. And in doing so, you've done something they could never do. You've freed yourself, but don't think they won't try to come after you. Don't think they won't try to tear you down. They will, because they are nothing without the game. And as long as they are trapped in that world, they will never understand the truth. They will never understand that the power they sought was never in the game. The power was in you all along. It was in your ability to walk away, to leave behind their false promises, to break free from their control. They will try to convince you that you need them. They will tell you that you can't survive without them. But it's all a lie. You've already proven that you can survive without them. You've already proven that you can thrive in a world that is free from their constraints. And now, the real battle begins. Now that you've stepped away, now that you've broken free, you will face challenges. There will be those who try to pull you back into the game. There will be those who try to tell you that you can't make it on your own. But don't listen to they don't know what you know. They don't understand what it means to be free. They are still bound by the chains of their own illusions, still caught up in the game that they can never win. You, on the other hand, have stepped beyond that. You have risen above their petty struggles, above their desperate need for control. So, keep walking forward. Keep moving in the direction of your own freedom. Don't let them pull you back in. Don't let them convince you that you need their game to succeed. You are the game now. You are the one who makes the rules. You are the one who shapes your own destiny. And nothing, no one, can take that away from you. They will try. They will scream and shout. They will try to bring you back into the fold, to convince you that your path is wrong, that the game is the only way. But you know better. You know the truth. You are free. You've broken the cycle. And now, nothing can stop you. Let them try. Let them struggle. Let them waste their time chasing after a game that will never work again. You have already won. You have already broken free. And now, it's your turn to build something real. It's your turn to shape your world, to define your own future. And they will watch from the sidelines, powerless, lost, forever trapped in a game they can no longer play. You are the one who made sure of it. And so, my lovelies, you've made your move. You've stepped away from their game. And in doing so, You've broken the very system they tried to use to control you. They can try to rebuild, they can try to manipulate, but without you, the game is meaningless. You are free now. You hold the power to create your own reality, to shape your future without their influence. They will never understand what you've done, but that's not your concern. You've already won. You've taken control, and now they can never begin again.